Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. Well, I just watched the Sunday episode of The Block. It was very disappointing. Any suggestion that they were going to be some sort of repercussions or punishment for the cheating didn't really happen. They took a whole 2 points off the two guilty parties, and that's it, which did stop them from obviously winning this week, but it didn't do anything to correct the fact that at least one of them won in a past week when they were cheating. So it's pretty pathetic, pretty disappointing. I normally don't watch The Block. I watched one season just randomly. I got sucked into it, and I've never watched it since. And I just got sucked into this because of the whole cheating thing. I thought it would be one episode where they'd expose something, there'd be a punishment, someone would be kicked out or something. But yet they just dragged it out the whole week and dragged it on the whole week. And then they had this whole supposed punishment at the end that they were going to be handing out to someone. And then you sort of watch the whole, I think it was an hour and 40 minutes for the whole episode. And you get towards the end where they're doing the scores and they revealed that they were going to take 2 points off the two people. And they were kind of happy about it because wow, that's all we got. We didn't get kicked off. We didn't lose any of our past achievements or anything. We didn't get money taken away or past points or victories or whatever taken away. So they were pretty happy, but the other people weren't happy, particularly Ronnie and Georgia. They were not happy at all. Don't blame them. But the Queens seemed to be okay. And it was fascinating to see when the... I don't know who the lady was who was going through. I actually have lost... I can't remember how the show works. But Scotty Cam was going through with some lady... and she didn't know anything about it, so then she was actually good because she actually was just very to the point and just summed up what had happened through the week and was fairly blunt with Tanya and Vito that they were responsible for this. They have to take some responsibility. They can't act like the victims, like this was just a hassle they had to get past or some sort of burden they had to deal with for the week when they were the ones who were responsible for it. She was the only one who seemed to state the obvious, which was kind of weird. I think that's because she had just found out about it, assessed it, and just sort of made a point without any of the dragged out drama. But it was pretty disappointing that they went that way. I'm just thinking, yeah. Vito and Tanya, they were pretty much acting like they didn't do anything wrong. They were going on about being verbally abused and just neglected the fact that they called the two gay guys pigs. It's all pretty sad. And he was like, I won't be called a cheater. And I'm like, but you are, Blanche, you are a cheater. And he stormed off at some point. So just his attitude was really baffling. I'm like, where do you get this attitude when you've done something wrong and you know it? And it was really just unpleasant to watch. It wasn't entertaining. Now the other guys, the twins were kind of weird. They just got into the room and look, we'll make amends when the time's right. And they didn't really get much criticism when they were probably the worst so far as what they actually did. The country ones, Kirsty and Jesse, they were just like, we had no idea what was happening. We're just focusing on our room. They were fine. The guys put in, because everyone was doing cinemas, which was a really good week for me to watch because I don't usually watch this show, but I'm a movie person, I'm a media person, and I've always wanted a cinema in a home, but I don't think I'll ever have one. But if I do, at least I've got a few more ideas of how to do it from this. So it was just nice to just see people making cinemas and just looking through the cinemas. And then the Queens made a sauna, which I'd never have a sauna in my house, but whatever. So they went through all that. They went through all the building stuff, looking at stuff, blah, 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 all the judging and all that. And the funny thing was the boys did an awful job. The twins did an absolutely awful job with their cinema. It was like just everything was wrong. They had all the storage at the front, so you have all that distraction around the screen. They had this big lit up fridge, which I'm like, what are you going to do, switch it off before? And they hadn't finished the room anyway. It was just a mess. So they got the worst points. And one of the judges was just really like, this is just crap. And I'm like, yeah. Their styling was awful, probably because they didn't have their girlfriend helping them. But in the end, I'm happy to say that the two most innocent people, Kirsty and Jesse, actually won. I think they probably did have the best room. It was styled well, but it still felt like a cinema. They had the seats with the cup holders, but they still They had a touch of Hollywood. They had Gone with the Wind and Casablanca in the back. I mean, Gone with the Wind. But yeah. So really disappointing that there was really no punishment. But we know why, because they've made it very clear that it's very obvious they did this to upset the other people, the other couples, because they don't feel like they got justice. So now they are going to cause more drama, and there's going to be more drama going on. So this is all set up and contrived to basically not resolve the issue, not punish the people, so the people who feel like they haven't gotten justice are then going to cause drama for the week. And from the look at next week, that's exactly what happens. They show comments and digs and jibes and the twins storming off after being called cheaters and all this. So it's all about drama. It's cheapened the block. It's I won't be watching any more than this. I just sort of just watched to see what this was, and now I know what this is, and I'm really not interested. So yeah, I'm going to go. I was trying to keep to 5 minutes, but I've gone over 6 minutes. Yeah, feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I think this is just cheapening the block, and just it's not what I would watch the show for. I'd watch it to be inspired by the creativity of the rooms, what they actually do each week, and just, the challenge to do it. Not a bunch of drama and cattiness and bitchiness and underhandedness and, how do we get this person? How do we get that person? It's just really, low. They've lowered the, playing field there.